26. I saw also that the Lord of the sheep came to them, and taking in his hand the sceptre of his wrath seized the earth, which became rent asunder. While all the beasts and birds of heaven fell from the sheep, and sunk into the earth, which closed over them. 27. I saw, too, that a large sword was given to the sheep, who went forth against all the beasts of the field to slay them. 28. But all the beasts and birds of heaven fled away from before their face. 29. And I saw a throne erected in a delectable land. 30. Upon this sat the Lord of the sheep, who received all the sealed books. 31. Which were opened before him. 32. Then the Lord called the first 7 white ones, and commanded them to bring before him the first of the first stars, which preceded the stars whose form partly resembled that of horses, the first star, which fell down first, and they brought them all before him. 33. And he spoke to the man who rode in his presence, who was one of the 7 white ones, saying, Take those 70 shepherds, to whom I delivered up the sheep, and who receiving them killed more of them than I commanded. Behold, I saw them all bound, and all standing before him. First came on the trial of the stars, which, being judged, and found guilty, went to the place of punishment. They thrust them into a place, deep, and full of flaming fire, and full of pillars of fire. Then the 70 shepherds were judged, and being found guilty, were thrust into the flaming abyss. 34. At that time likewise I perceived, that one abyss was thus opened in the midst of the earth, which was full of fire. 35. And to this were brought the blind sheep, which being judged, and found guilty, were all thrust into that abyss of fire on the earth, and burnt. 36. The abyss was on the right of that house. 37. And I saw the sheep burning, and their bones consuming. 38. I stood beholding him emerge that ancient house, while they brought out its pillars, every plant in it, and the ivory infolding it. They brought it out, and deposited it in a place on the right side of the earth. 39. I also saw that the Lord of the sheep produced a new house, great and loftier than the former, which he bounded by the former circular spot. All its pillars were new, and its ivory new, as well as more abundant than the former ancient ivory, which he had brought out. 40. And while all the sheep which were left were in the midst of it, all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of heaven, fell down and worshipped them, petitioning them, and obeying them in everything. 41. Then those 3, who were clothed in white, and who, holding me by my hand, had before caused me to ascend, while the hand of him who spoke held me, raised me up, and placed me in the midst of the sheep, before the judgment took place. 42. The sheep were all white, with wool long and pure. Then all who had perished, and had been destroyed, every beast of the field, and every bird of heaven, assembled in that house. While the Lord of the sheep rejoiced with great joy, because all were good, and had come back again to his dwelling. 43. And I saw that they laid down the sword which had been given to the sheep, and returned it to his house, sealing it up in the presence of the Lord. 44. All the sheep would have been enclosed in that house, had it been capable of containing them, and the eyes of all were open, gazing on the good one. Nor was there one among them who did not behold him. 45. I likewise perceived that the house was large, wide, and extremely full. I saw, too, that a white cow was born, whose horns were great, and that all the beasts of the field, and all the birds of heaven, were alarmed at him, and entreated him at all times. 46. Then I saw that the nature of all of them was changed, and that they became white cows. 47. And that the first, who was in the midst of them, spoke, when that word became a large beast, upon the head of which were great and black horns. 48. While the Lord of the sheep rejoiced over them, and over all the cows. 49. I lay down in the midst of them, I awoke, and saw the whole. This is the vision which I saw, lying down and waking. Then I blessed the Lord of righteousness, and gave glory to him. 50. Afterwards I wept abundantly, nor did my tears cease, so that I became incapable of enduring it. While I was looking on, they flowed on account of what I saw, for all was come and gone by. Every individual circumstance respecting the conduct of mankind was seen by me. 51. In that night I remembered my former dream, and therefore wept and was troubled, because I had seen that vision.